You're not awkward. You just haven't been shown how to be graceful. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And in today's video, we are going to dispel the awkwardness myth. Okay, so I want you to know something really, really important. I know there's a lot of you out there who share that you feel self-conscious, you feel awkward taking photos, showing up on dates, going to work networking events, putting yourself out there on camera. You feel uncertain in your movements. You don't feel smooth. You don't feel graceful. You have a tendency to shrink and maybe be a little stiff. And so I want you to understand something so important. You're not awkward. You just haven't been shown how to be graceful. Please, please let this set you free. You're not awkward. You just haven't been shown how to be graceful. And this is coming from someone who has been teaching for 20 years. So let's even take this same concept and let's apply it to something else. For a long time, I would identify as a black thumb. Even though I taught science, I know, it's embarrassing. I could not keep a plant alive. Intellectually, I understood, but not overwatering it or putting it in the right spot. I just always had difficulty with it. And it's not that I really was a black thumb. I just needed to be shown how. And once I started watching plant talk and plant videos and I learned about bottom watering, I mean, I have plants here. I'm great at taking care of plants. I'm actually great at taking care of plants, right? If someone didn't know how to cook, okay, that someone is me. For a large part of my life, and I'm still improving, I really didn't know how to cook. I mean, I could make food, I could make things to eat, but I wasn't making these home-cooked, delicious meals that were worthy of sharing, worthy of taking pictures of, that sort of thing, right? And so it's not that you're bad at the skill. Listen, it's not that you're bad at the skill of cooking. It's just that you haven't been shown. You haven't practiced. You haven't, you know what I mean, learned the techniques. And so because grace is something that falls in the beauty realm, and because it's not a product like makeup or clothes, people have limiting beliefs about it because they think, well, she's just naturally graceful. Not understanding that more than likely, okay, I haven't tested this theory, on every graceful woman on the planet, but more than likely, she learned how to be graceful. It's not as natural as you think. There is a natural element, just like there's a natural element for someone to be artistic, but the rest of it is training. The rest of it is learned. The rest of it is practice. It's a technique. It's a skill. So instead of having this block, like I'm awkward, this is just who I am, I'm always bumping into things. I'm always shrinking. I don't know how to walk in heels. I always look uncomfortable walking in heels. Well, that's true simply because you haven't been shown how. Not because it's fixed. Not because that's the way you were born. Right? Barring, when I used to teach dance, right? I'd say anybody can learn how to do this body roll. Okay, well, if you have certain medical complications, right? A doctor's note, right? That's literally barring you from doing this activity. That's different. Let's say you are free to move. There's no medical restrictions. You can do it. You just haven't been shown how. So I want you to give yourself permission to release that limiting belief. Release that old identity that is so tied to feeling self-conscious, to feeling awkward, to feeling not as comfortable in your skin as you could, simply because you just, again, haven't been shown how. The thing about working on your body language and becoming graceful is, I've talked to you all on this channel so many times, like the very first thing that you want to pay attention to is your posture. The way that you hold yourself, your frame, which is something I break down in the way that the way she carries herself, your frame, the way that you're holding your frame sets everything else up. So your frame is like having the right mannequin, right? The right mannequin to hold up the clothes. If we don't have a frame, everything just kind of collapses, right? Working on your posture, just one session of posture correction for women can improve your body image. So when you're awkward, well, let me say this. When you are rushed, when you are shrinking, when you are jerky and it, kind of, it comes across as very awkward energy, very uncertain in how you're moving. Not only is it sending out an energetic signal to other people, and I know you know that, and that's what we want to change, but it's also sending an energetic signal back to you. So when you see pictures of yourself, when you see video of yourself, you get discouraged. When you see your reflection, simply just feeling being in the body, like you don't feel confident. You start to feel discouraged, but that's why it's so powerful to learn the techniques, because simply changing your posture can improve the way that you see yourself. And I've seen this happen with my clients who were on weight loss and glow up journeys, right? Who were really frustrated that it wasn't happening fast enough. They weren't at the end result yet. So they're still having this complicated relationship with what they see in the mirror and living in kind of the, I'll be confident when my body looks XYZ. Well, here's what happened in my lessons when I was coaching women one-on-one, when we worked on the posture and we worked on the grace. So now they're holding themselves upright. They catch a glimpse of their arm in the mirror. Their confidence, their self-image, right? The way that they see themselves started to change in such a way that now they started to feel the confidence that they were expecting, 3-6 months out, that they were thinking, oh, I'll never feel this way about myself until I reach my target weight or whatever it is, right? Now you get to have it now. There's nothing that disqualifies you or prevents you from doing this other than your own limiting beliefs. Anyone can learn to be graceful. Anyone can learn to be graceful. It is, the way I like to explain it, CrossFit is its own style of movement, right? Everybody, whether you've done CrossFit or not, you know what I'm talking about. It's very fast. It's very strength-based. So you can train yourself to do that. Learning to become graceful is more like Pilates. It's slower, it's more controlled. And now as we're slowing down and we're working on that movement, we're adding an aesthetic piece. And the aesthetic piece does not mean thin. Because any body has has the potential to exude grace through that slow fluid movement. We also can create length, right? Lengthen our fingertips, lengthen our spine, lengthen our legs. And then there's a whole technique to how to sit, how to pose, to create your best lines. And the thing is that unless you had the type of dance training that I was exposed to growing up, which was classical ballet, unless you had some experience maybe in pageants, modeling, something adjacent to that, where would you learn this? Where would you learn this? They don't teach it in school. Your mother, other women in your family may not have received that education either. So you're walking around thinking that it's not possible for you when you simply just need the right lesson. Okay? You need the right lesson. There's no such thing as awkward. There's only a lack of technique and a lack of practice. If you would like to learn that technique with me, the way she carries herself is in the description box below. It's going to show you exactly how to carry yourself, move your arms with grace, walk in heels, sit looking pretty, and it's perfect for beginners. Thank you for joining me in another video, and I will see you in the next one.